Welcome to War Table Printing and Painting. My name's Jay. I was working on my Hottruck here, and I was just going to say, if you're ever printing stuff and you want to know how to carry it around or keep it organized, these Gridfinity boxes are amazing for that. You can print those out in any size or shape you want, and it'll hold whatever you need, but they're really good for holding little parts and stuff like that and keeping them organized. So especially if you're like printing out a big set of something that's good you're putting together and it's going to take a while before all the parts are put together, definitely recommend it. I also recommend Stynylrez. It's by Badger. These primers, they're airbrush primers. It's a set of white, gray, and black, and these work really well right out of the bottle into your airbrush. Any airbrush I've used so far, I've used them in cheap airbrushes and in Iwata airbrushes, and they work great. I don't have any Badger airbrushes, so I've never tried them in a Badger airbrush, but since it's their brand, I'm sure they probably work pretty good in those too. So first I decided to airbrush the tires here, give them a good coat of black with from the Stynylrez. Got it. Always push your air first and then pull back. That's what I was showing there. Never pull back and then hit the air. It can cause splatter. You always want to start the air first and then pull back and introduce the paint slowly, so that it'll come out a lot more smooth that way. That's definitely the way you want to do it. Also, this little turntable I found on Thingiverse is awesome for doing priming. It's real easy to spin the stuff around, get it all covered one go without having to worry about touching anything. You can just stick it down with some tacky and spin away and prime away. It works really good. Highly recommend it. If you haven't tried doing something like that yet, it can definitely help. This is the Ork that'll be on the back of the Hottruck. We're going to be doing the Hottruck. It's a miniature I found on MyMiniFactory. I'll link everything in the description, but this is a pretty cool truck that I found, and I'm going to be showing myself painting this up. I'm probably going to split this up probably into 2 videos at least, because there's a lot of detail in this truck. I mean, there's at least 3 or, well, there's 4, well, 2, actually there's 5. There's 2 Orks and 3 Gretchen, so that's like 3 models right there to paint on top of the truck. But mainly I'm going to focus on the truck parts first, and then get besides the driver, who I'll have to get done before anything else really. Usually that's probably where I'll start with the driver, and then move to the truck, and I'll probably do like the frame first and then move to detailing it and putting all the parts on. I'll probably get it set up on a base, the frame. Now I airbrushed this in black first, but I'm going to show how much of a difference that can make later. You'll see. It's pretty interesting actually, how just an undercoat can make a big difference in the color in the end, because I undercoated the rest of the body in white and then put red on it, but with that one I put red over the black, and you'll see it's a much darker red on the hood, but it's going to work out because I'm going to try to take it from a dark to a lighter as it goes back, so it should all work out nice. Now with these little Gretchen models, I just kind of hold them steady, and I get some on my hand, but it's no big deal. The stuff washes off pretty easy. It's just water based. It's not going to hurt you. So sometimes I just hold things and airbrush them. Just try not to hold it anywhere where the paint's too fresh or tacky, because you can leave fingerprints. Here's another part, big old exhaust for the truck. This piece is going to look really neat when it's on there and done. It adds a lot of character to the truck. I really like it. That's the other cool thing about getting these printables, is now you can print any one of these parts and use it with another model if you want to, or use it to chop it together with something else and do a conversion. You know, it's really interesting the things you can do now with stuff like that you could never do in the past. Now I am going to use some of my new airbrush paints. I'm going to use yellow for the gas tank on it. There's a round gas tank. I'm not sure where this gets placed yet. This might actually get placed inside the car body somewhere. I think it's in the cab, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But I really like these new colors. I mean, they really pop actually. That one looks really good. I mean, it's really a really strong yellow. So I can't wait to see how that looks. And it's probably going to be hidden, which kind of sucks, but at least it'll be bright and vibrant, so it'll kind of still stand out. Also, for the body parts, I'm using the new red of mine and from the new set, and it ends up looking really good. I really like this color. It came out real strong red, so that should look really good on the body, especially once I go to do the volumetric highlighting on it. I'll probably put a lot of metal on it too, as far as for all the little extra spike bits and stuff like that. So it should end up looking pretty slick, hopefully. I was also going to talk about, I usually glue all my stuff together with super glue. A lot of people say to use plastic glue. I find super glue works really well, especially for these resin models. The other thing with super glue is even for GW models, you could still usually pop the pieces apart if you want to afterwards. And I know you might think that's a bad thing, but actually sometimes that can be a good thing, because sometimes you want to change some things. I know like later when they changed the base size, that came in real handy because all my bases just popped right off. Now the way I do my bases, they probably wouldn't pop off so easy, but I'm glad they did for that part, because the base resizing thing would have not been good otherwise. It would have probably been where I had to cut off all the bases and then sand down the last little bit of plastic stuck to the feet, which would have taken forever, instead of just being able to snap them loose like I was able to. But that's just me. I know maybe there's a piece you really want to glue on there. Maybe that would be a good time to use plastic glue, but I definitely like using super glue to glue my pieces together, just because it's also really fast, and speed is everything with when you're trying to get this stuff done quicker, you know, or quickly, because the more stuff you can get painted, the bigger your army. And this red came out so vibrant. I was so happy with how this new set of paints, just how easy it's working. It's not needing much thinning or anything like that. Most of the paints work right out of the bottles, and I love that. So the colors have been really good. There's so many, and it was so cheap. I like that too. So here's this. I did paint it white again over top of the black, but that's what I was going to show you. Even with doing that, this hood still ends up being a lot darker looking than the rest of the body in the long run, and you'll be able to see it later when they're all together. That circular motion, that's the best way to get nice, smooth, even coverage, I've found, is just doing a nice circular motion over top of your piece you're trying to work on at the time. You know, just nice circular motion will get it nice and smooth every time, and just keep working it around, and changing the angles so you get any areas that are hidden, especially towards the bottom. You always want to keep an eye out for that, because pieces can have some hidden areas on the bottom that won't get any paint, and then you'll have a bare area. So you want to make sure you get to those and get those coated really well too. I am going to definitely cut this one short, just because, like I said, there is so much detail and I want to do it justice. So the next part will be the assembly, and then the painting, the detail painting, and finishing of the base, all that good stuff. And remember, if you find any value in these videos, or if you're learning anything, or if you just enjoy watching them, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel. Also, there's affiliate links to Amazon for different things I use a lot that I recommend. So if you see an affiliate link for that, you know, if you want to try to help support the channel, that won't cost you anything to click that and use that to buy something that you maybe you don't even have to get what I'm recommending. You could get something else entirely different, and it'll still help the channel and it won't cost you anything. So I appreciate any help I get, so thank you very much for that if you do help. But God bless, have a great day. I hope you enjoy this video, and thank you for watching.